Hey, you guys, welcome to another night with Lit Porch Pickens. You guys, y'all come on in. Y'all like my video as you come in if you don't mind, or just listen. And if you like it then. Subscribe to my channel. Y'all, tonight we're talking about Love and Marriage DC. Yeah, we're going to talk about Love and Marriage DC, this latest episode. You guys, keep in mind if a car passes by and I feel that it's an interference, I will stop talking and resume after the car passes. If you have sensitive ears, I encourage you to click off now. I don't want to offend anyone, but you guys, here we go. Let's talk about Love and Marriage DC. You guys, I don't know why you guys aren't on this show, not liking this show, because I think it's a good show that's on OWN. And I know everyone is probably not the biggest fans of OWN or even Carlos King at this point. A vehicle is about to pass. But I still think it's important that we support these black shows or whatever. If you're a fan of Love and Marriage Huntsville, you should kind of be a fan of Love and Marriage DC. You guys, I'm about to put my phone down. And I'm going to stop my commentary. Again, thank you guys for joining, for coming in. I appreciate you guys so very much. But tonight we're going to start off with Love and Marriage DC. They're first up on the stoops. You guys, if you've been watching the show, you know that I think this episode begins in the morning hours, right? In the morning hours where everyone is waking up who's at the house. And when I say everyone who's at the house, everyone's there except the Petties. The Petties, they have other arrangements about 20 minutes away. And I'm just going to go off what I remember. It's not in any particular order. So you guys, if you watch the show, which you should, I encourage you to, just listen to what I'm saying and you can follow along. So what I first remember from the episode is Sharella being in the kitchen. She's cooking or, getting breakfast started. And then Winter, she enters or whatever. And they're talking. They're having a conversation about, I guess the night before, what happened then or whatever. I remember Sharella saying that this lady is not being held accountable. And last episode, when my last review, I was like, well, who's she talking about? She's talking about Joy or Ashley. Well, by the end of that episode, in the beginning of this one, it was obvious she was definitely talking about Joy. So now we're going to move on into the Silvers. The Silvers, they're in the bedroom. Quick is trying to wake Ashley up because, she's been suffering from insomnia, but she's the last one to actually get up out of bed. I get it. It happens, right? Quick is telling her he thinks everyone's downstairs or already up and he wants her to get up. But she needs to brush her teeth because the morning breath was going to make him sick. But she was like, oh, come on over here. Quick, if I don't agree with you with anything else, I'm going to have to agree with you on that. Please do not come around me. I don't care how much I love you. With no morning breath or your breath stinking, period. Like, don't do that. That's disgusting. Like, don't do that, Ashley. That was so disgusting of Ashley, in my opinion. But, she's married to her husband or whatever. Okay, so now we're going to move over to the Silvers room. Not the Silvers, I'm sorry, but the Tylers. My favorite couple, the couple who, in my opinion, should be the star couple, but that's neither here nor there because I'm no producer of this show. The Tylers, they're in there having a conversation. Jamie is saying to Arena, how things are going and how, she might need to tell her friend Ashley that what she is saying happened didn't really happen, right? And Arena's like, yeah, I think I am going to do that or whatever. Okay. So you guys, the day is already planned. They're supposed to go skiing, right? I think the Petties, which is Joy and Clifton, they must have talked to Arena and Jamie and told them that they weren't going to come to the skiing event or whatever. However, they did eventually show up, right? So you guys, we're going to just move on ahead to them going out there skiing, and I loved it. I loved them being adventurous. I loved it. You know, I really enjoyed Black. Him going out there wanting to challenge the biggest hill or mountain. He wanted to challenge it. And Sharella being so worried, like, baby, are you sure? Like, you know, she's like, babe, you sure? Like, I don't want you to do this because I don't think you can handle this type of stuff, right? But he was adamant. He was like, YOLO, you only live once, and he was willing to do it. Now, we see Sharella sitting on the side. We see Ashley and Arena. They're actually trying to get their footing with the skis or whatever. And I think we see Ashley actually falling. Sharella's over there laughing. And I love Sharella's. I love her personality. I like her. Like, I like her, right? She's laughing and she's like, are you okay? Because that didn't look like you was okay, but I hope that you're okay. You know, joking it off, laughing it off, and made it really cute, right? So, Winter and Ursula, you guys, I forgot. Let me go back real quick. After they made breakfast and everybody came down for breakfast, Ursula, he actually brought down his Valentine's Day gift to Winter, and he shared it with the group. And I don't know if it was Jamie or Quick who said, well, we doing this now? I thought we was going to do this later or whatever. But Ursula, I guess he wanted to do it first and foremost or whatever, considering this is their first Valentine's together. I thought it was cute. He even read the card, and he gifted her some nice shades or whatever. Winter, she got teary-eyed or whatever. Like, I like their little relationship, and I respect their relationship, and I'm going to leave that at that. So, getting back to the ski resort, or them being on the slopes or whatever, you know, Jamie is skiing, Arena's out there doing her thing, Winter and Ursula, they're out there doing their thing. You guys, Ashley, I guess she fell, you know, whatever, and her and Sharella decided to go into the little shop, I guess, to get some coffee or some cocoa, or even maybe even a little margarita. I don't know. Cars passing. A mock tie or something. So they're in there talking or whatever. They're talking. Sharella brings up the fact that Black is out here, you know, daring and willing to take on the biggest slope, and she's worried. And it was so cute because she asked Ashley, she was like, you think he's gonna be all right? Like, she asked Ashley about her husband or whatever. I thought that was really cute, which is why I'm really just falling in love with Sharella, like her whole personality, right? So Ashley's like, well, I'm about to send out a text to see what's going on. And I think when she texted her phone, she saw that something happened, right? So everybody's worried. Like, I'm worried about Black, because Black out here doing some stuff that Black men don't do, right? Black men on slopes is what they were saying. So they get out there, and the emergency sled is actually bringing Winter in. So you guys, while we were so worried about Black going on this slope, it was Winter the one we should have been more concerned about, because she was the one who actually hurt herself. I think she twisted her knee, might have had a sprained knee or something like that. And I felt bad for Winter because Winter went out her way to bring all these people together, and then she's the one who ends up getting hurt or whatever. And it happens. It does happen or whatever. And I respect Winter a lot because she did a lot to get this group together. Kudos to her, and she has been graceful with it, right? In my opinion. So the emergency guy who's there, he puts Winter's leg in a makeshift cardboard splint, and I think he probably put some ice on it or whatever, because these things happen. These types of accidents, they do happen, right? So the guys, they get Winter, they pick her up, and they take her on the inside, and Ursula comes, and now he's like, wow, you know, my baby hurt, da, da, da. Obviously, Winter did not go to the hospital. She was like, if she was not feeling better the next day, she would go to the hospital. So now you guys, but that's just that part. So Clifton and Joy, they actually come to the ski resort, and they're actually inside a little shop or a little bar, a little grill place, and they're actually eating, right? And before Winter got hurt or whatever, they go out there, so now they're mingling with the Tylers and taking pictures and all this good stuff. And you guys, like I said, this is not in order, and everything in my video is my very own opinion and just what I remember from the video, not the video, but the scene, the episode. I do want to say this. I want to say this. I really hate that the Pettys are not staying in the same home as everyone else. Like, that obviously puts a divide in the whole trip. I don't like that. I really wish everyone could just be the bigger person. Better yet, I wish that the Pettys could just overlook whatever, and I understand that they're beefing with over half of the group, but I wouldn't let that stop me. And me personally, I wouldn't let that stop me. You don't like me, I don't like you, we don't like each other, but I was invited, you were invited. We're going to actually have to come together, and we're just going to have to cohabitate under one roof. And I think that would have been the mature thing to do, but that's not the issue. The Pettys felt the need to just distance themselves or whatever. Okay. So you guys, moving on from that, we get back to the Airbnb that they're staying at, and sweet little Winter, she's sitting there on the bed because she can't do nothing, and Ursula is telling her, look, if you don't feel better, I'm taking you to the hospital. She's like, well, if I don't feel better by tomorrow, if my leg doesn't feel better by tomorrow, I will go to the hospital tomorrow. But she was not going tonight. Sharella comes in there, what's the plan for tonight? And she was like, pizza and wings, is what Winter told Sharella. And she was like, okay, bet, no problem. Sharella goes and she takes charge to go ahead and get the pizza and the wings, to order that stuff and have it come to the resort. Then they're actually having dinner. And if I remember correctly, it was just dry up in there. Like, I don't know if that pizza and those wings were dry, but it seemed like everybody was dry in there, right? Now, you guys, I may be getting ahead of myself, and if I am, I'm going to retract, and I'm going to bring up something. I'm going to bring up when it was the Silvers sitting on the couch, it was the Tylers in the middle, and it was the Duncans on the side, and I can't remember exactly where Winter and Ursula was, but they were there, right? And they started talking about, I think Winter brought it up. Winter brought up the fact that Ashley, I believe, Ashley, either Sharella, but I think it was Ashley, brought up to her about the Wizards game, right? when they were in the suite. And Ashley and Joi and unfortunately Clifton got into it, and Ashley was like he kind of was standing over her, talking down to her or whatever. Now, you guys, I'm just a viewer, like the majority of us are. It seemed like he just kind of leaned in, not necessarily looking down or getting over her and getting in her face. I think as she has tried to make it seem or whatever. So they're talking about this, and Arena says, but he didn't do that. What? No, Clifton didn't get in your face, is what Arena said. And she was like, yes, he did. You were there. And you're just Team Petty. She's like, no, I'm not Team Petty. But he didn't get in your face. Now, he did lean in. I didn't take it as him getting in her face. I think Ashley was very aggressive. Very aggressive. She was pointing her finger. She was blah, 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 and she was doing a lot. She was doing a lot. And I know some of you guys might be like, well, for no reason, no man needs to get in no woman's face. I totally agree with that. But if you go back and you watch that episode, Clifton had his arms folded. And he just leaned in as if, in my opinion, to make sure she heard him, because she was very loud, very vocal. He just kind of leaned. He said, I'm just trying to figure out what is your problem. And maybe she didn't like that he kind of challenged her or whatever. But she was coming at his wife all kinds of effed up ways or whatever. But in my opinion, I don't think Clifton did anything disrespectful. I don't think he was disrespectful. I think he and Joi actually came to that Wizards game in that suite to just enjoy that and maybe build from that. But Ashley, of course, anything that she has, from what I noticed, anything that she's hosting or Quick is hosting, Ashley's going to show her ass. She's going to show the ass in Ashley. So then, Joi and Clifton, they're there. Arena announces that she has invited Terry. Terry is the intuitive healer. Terry comes in, and immediately she zoned in on Joi. I don't know if it was because Joi was the closest person to her, but from what Terry said, and we've seen Terry in previous episodes, scenes and stuff like that, right? Terry says that she saw her face on the way up to where they are before she ever met her, and ironically, the person who was coming to her more was sitting right next to her, speaking of Joi. So then she asked Joi about the relationship with her father. Joy's like, the relationship with my father is good. And she was like, was your father always there? I don't think your father was already there, or however she said it. And Joy was like, no, my father was always there. Did he work a lot? No, he did not. He worked no more than my mom worked. But my father has always been present in my life. My father has been my father until he became a single parent, right? And you guys, I'm not no intuitive. I'm not no medium or none of that. But it really did seem like Terry came in there with a prejudgment. Now, I don't know if whatever signal or whatever feeling she was feeling for Joi was just that strong that she had to kind of get at Joi. It does make me kind of look at the situation a little differently. But it kind of did seem premeditated, because we've seen Terry previously, and I don't remember her coming off this aggressive with one person, right? Joy, her thing was, you know, you trying. What are you baiting me for? Like, where you trying? Where you trying to go with this? Because you coming at me in a group where I don't feel the love. And I understood where Joy was coming from, because that made me feel like she was being attacked too. And Arena, even though Arena arranged this, and I know Arena probably had every good intentions. I get it. She did. She had every good intentions. But the thing was, everyone was not on the same page in this group. And I think that's what she should have considered before she invited Terry in. I think inviting Terry in on Joy and Clifton and Arena and Jamie, that would have been a better thing. But not bringing her in where the Silvers don't like her, the Duncans are feeling some type of way about her. Cars passing. I think that should have been thought out more, and I'm not going to hold that against Arena. Even though she did say that Joy was coming off as very defensive, of course she would, Arena, she would. Why wouldn't she? You would come off defensive if you're in a group where the majority of the group is against you. Like, let's be clear, okay? For whatever reason. So then I think Ashley pipes up, and Ashley is like, she can't get over stuff, or she's unforgiving. Whatever Ashley said. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, and this is, I don't know any of these people. Let's be clear, I don't know any of these people. However, from what I've seen with the group, and especially with Ashley, Ashley, shut up, because anything that you truly say, you don't mean it for good. You mean it to make Joy look bad. Joy and Clifton look bad. And as you were talking, and Clifton, he's looking at Terry, and then when you start talking, you interject yourself, and Clifton just happens to glance over at you, and you was like, don't look at me, boy, or big boy, or whatever she said. Very childish, very, I'm trying to start something, very, I want y'all to fight. I'd rather see y'all fight than be fucking happy around here. That's how it kind of came off to me, or whatever. Because if Quick is anything like what she tries to portray him, or he tries to portray himself to be, and if Clifton had to say something derogatory to her, or even if Joy had to say something, you know, it could have been a whole situation. Ashley, in my opinion, she's dangerous. She wants to see people fight. Arena said seasons ago, or episodes ago, she's from Baltimore. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but if she's from Baltimore, she need to act like she's in the DMV. She need to act like she's in the District of Columbia. Because this rowdy, and you want everybody to be rowdy just because you are Ashley, I don't like that. I don't like that. And I appreciate Arena checking you, letting you know that's not what she saw. That's not what her or Jamie saw at the Wizards game or whatever. And she said, she told her, I'll tell you and anybody that if I think you're wrong, you're wrong. Okay? So Joy, she says something. And of course, Ashley, she takes the childish route, as she does. And she says, I was talking to Terry. And Joy says, well, I think Joy says something like, I'm talking to Terry too, or whatever. And unnecessary. Now, we see how the relationship or the situation is going between Joy and Clifton and Quick and Ashley. In my opinion, I would call it a lost cause. I truly would. And y'all, let me just go back because Arena and Jamie, they did have a conversation with the Pettys, and they were talking about how everyone is not on the same page or whatever. And so I think the talk of forgiveness or apology came up, and Joi was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Apologize for what? My husband is not about to apologize to these people for nothing. Now, if they were talking about the Silvers, I'm with you, Ash. I'm with you, Joi. Not Ashley, but Joi. I'm with you. Apologize to them motherfuckers for what? No, I'm not apologizing. No, and my husband, no. But then Arena talked about the Duncans. And said that they got into it. And they did. They did. They have their feelings towards Joi. I can't even say Clifton that much, but they definitely had their feelings towards Joi. Or whatever. You guys, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. So yeah, Arena and Jamie brought up the Duncans and said that they had an issue too, or whatever. All right, so you guys, we're gonna go back to when Terry was there, and you know, nobody really wanted this intuitive healer, this psychic medium, or whatever. So nobody, let's be clear on that. The majority did not want this, but Arena, she felt the need to bring this in, right? So now, again, as Terry is talking to Joi about, you know, her being judgmental, not having a father figure, and Joi is like, well, you're bringing up stuff, you know, in a group where the love is not here, whatever. Black, he interjects. And this is probably before Ashley started talking. But in my opinion, what Ashley was saying, I think Ashley was just trying to be a mean girl. And so that's why I'm not even focusing too much on what Ashley said or when she said it. However, Black was like, I think you're just trying to get people to kind of, whatever he said, because I can't remember, right? And she said, yeah, thank you. That's Terry. Yeah, thank you. That's exactly what I'm saying, or whatever. And Black goes in to say, he said, you know, just 6 months ago, talking to Joi, you know, we used to email each other. We were cool. We were friends. And then I hear that you're out here blasting me and saying things that are not true about me or whatever. And he said that hurt him. He said because they were friends. He said he looked out for her when they were on tour because they were in this Mambo group, right? They was in a group. I think it was called Mambo or Mumbo or something like that. No disrespect. And he was like, I looked out for you. I made sure you were good or whatever. And she said, no, you didn't. Joi said, no, you didn't. And then Sharella, she says, she brings up the fact that Joi was out here talking about she was a side piece. Black was dating her friend. He was dating her friend and started messing with Sharella on the side. And Sharella and Black are like, no, that didn't happen. Sharella says that her and Black did not get together until that relationship with his ex-girlfriend was completely over. Now, you guys, I'm the type of person, I like to pick my poison or pick my battles or whatever. Whatever happened, and this is just my opinion, and I'm speaking to Joi. Joi, come up on the stoops. Joi, I'm speaking directly to you. Whatever happened between your friend and Black, I understand you want to be that friend that's going to have your friends back or whatever. But at the end of the day, that really don't have nothing to do with you. He did not cheat on you. He did not have a side chick on you. That has nothing to do with you. And I think that you need to kind of revisit that situation in your mind and rethink it, because it shouldn't be this deep for you. Now, I understand you loving and respecting your friend. I get it. But it seems to me that Sherella and Black been together for a minute, because I've heard Sherella talk about the kids and this and that, and they got businesses together. So it seems to me that they might have been together for a minute now. And your good girlfriend, who you said he cheated on her with Sherella, she might be over it, but you have not gotten over it. You need to get over it. Get over it. Because I really don't see how that really should affect you and your relationships going forward. Because your homegirl or his ex-girlfriend is not working with him. You are. And my thing is this right here, and it's kind of getting to the point, Joy and Clifton. If you guys, and I understand how y'all feel about the Silvers, but I don't think you guys should continuously exclude yourselves from certain events, situations, gatherings, because of the Silvers. I said it before and I'm gonna say it again. To the Petties, I just wouldn't go to shit else the Silvers have. I would just go ahead and annex that out my life. Because in my mind, you don't need their relationship. In my opinion, you don't necessarily need their relationship, and you don't need any relationship with anyone on here. But I'm thinking Black and Sherella, that might be a relationship that you would probably want to rethink, and just kind of make happen. Because, I mean, Joyce, she said that Black had bad business practices. Well, what bad business practices did he have? Like, tell us. I mean, let us know. Did he skim money off the top? What did he do? Did he have a contract and paid y'all less and he got more? Like, let us know. But don't, in my opinion, I don't know if it's that deep, because you guys are no longer in business together. And in any business relationship, I don't know. But you guys, thank you so much for listening to Porch Pickings with Tao Lit. You guys, if you like my commentary, this video, if y'all watch Love and Marriage DC, y'all come on through. Like, Love and Marriage DC is kind of giving it, and it'll take a break. It'll take away a whole lot of your feelings from Love and Marriage Huntsville. So you guys, like my channel, better yet, like the video. If you guys aren't too busy, subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna come through with different videos. Y'all drop down in the comment, tell me what you thought. Tell me if you think I'm wrong, if I missed anything, if something I should elaborate on or should have said less about. I want to know. Drop down in the chat, we'll talk about it. And you guys, y'all have a wonderful evening, and thank you again. Tell it out.